When I first started this series, I knew I was using some hyperbole with the phrase NES games no one played. While these games are obviously pretty obscure, I've gotten feedback from folks saying that they did in fact play Darkman, or Ren and Stimpy, or even the insane Castle of Dragon. But did anyone ever play Funhouse? I mean, clearly someone owned this game at some point, otherwise how did I get a copy? But I have to believe it was a kid who asked his parents for Mega Man, and they instead came back with whatever the hell this is. I wanted to ask if anyone ever saw the TV show Funhouse that this game is based on, but this is the internet, and I know that someone, somewhere, undoubtedly has some intense nostalgia for this show. I myself had never heard of Funhouse, and it turns out it was a real kids program on Fox that's just as close to a Double Dare ripoff as you could possibly get. I mean, just watch some of this footage. Honestly, if they can make a million CSI spin-offs and wannabes, there should probably be at least 50 more Double Dare ripoffs. I'd watch them. As far as turning lesser-known properties into video games, there are a couple of questionable choices for licensed titles on the NES. Everything from Defenders of Diatron City, to Fox's Peter Pan and the Pirates, to Zen the Intergalactic Ninja, but I think Funhouse might be the most what the fuck of them all. I say that, but now that I've seen the glory that is this dude's hair, I'm kinda surprised there weren't 2 or 3 sequels. Unlike the other game show titles like Wheel of Fortune or Win, Lose or Draw or Family Feud, Funhouse resembles nothing of its TV counterpart, instead replacing the wacky teams get gross and solve puzzles style of gameplay with a find all the objects before time runs out approach. It's an overhead view, mini rooms kind of game, sort of like a really crappy version of Smash TV, a title which also has a real PG Running Man vibe to it. The goal in Funhouse is the same in every stage. Skate around the level, find all the manhole cover things, and throw tomatoes at them until a key appears. That's such a practical problem-solving solution, both in video games and the real world. Each level is timed, which along with unkillable enemies and conveyor belts, creates some of the difficulty of the game. Some. The rest of the struggle is created by the horrendous controls. I mean, awful. Possibly the worst of any game I have ever played, and that's saying a lot. Your character is on rollerblades, which already gives you the slippery ice level style of physics. On top of that, you can only move by holding down the A button, otherwise Homeboy just spins aimlessly in place. Once you do move, it's like pushing a shopping cart while simultaneously trying to draw spirographs. It's so difficult to choose the direction you want Rollerboy to follow, and even once you get to a manhole, you'll find yourself more often than not just hopelessly rotating around it, while you pathetically miss your target over and over. You kinda get used to the control shittiness after a few levels, but just as soon as you do, the game just gives you shorter time limits. Every second of this game makes me both laugh and cry simultaneously. But I have to think that this level here is the most perfect encapsulation of the essence of the Funhouse experience. Those shoes right there make you go faster, which is a real poison chalice in a game that controls like this. And bye! I really can't recommend this title in any way, even as a joke. It's boring, repetitive, and possibly difficult to control, frustrating as fuck. The only thing I do like is making fun of the Lost Wahlberg looking motherfucker who hosts the show and pops up between levels. You're gonna love this one? Nah, probably not.